What's going on, Dylan?
What's up?
What's good.
Starting this, I'm cracking open a cold brew. I brought yesterday when I said I wanted to do this, I was like, or once we actually finalized it,
Yeah.
we've been back and forth for a bit.
Yeah.
I was at work and I had like an hour left at work, and my boss was kind of gone, so I was like, all right, well, yeah, I'm not doing work now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write down shit I want to
Yeah.
bring up with you.
Yeah.
And I left it. I wrote literally 2 pages of like shit that I love to complain about and shit on, but I left it. So we're going balls.
That's usually how it happens. So,
Yeah.
again, this is episode 15
hanging.
of Don Joe's podcast with Dylan Thomas. Actually, we've been friends since middle school.
Yeah.
It started with middle school, and I think it started with GBs, and I think it started with gaming.
Yeah.
As far back as, hey, man, do you want to play Modern Warfare 2 together? And, like, oh,
No,
yeah.
we've spent countless hours
Yeah.
on that game. That's probably how I know you the best, if anything. Like, I've hung out with you more virtually than I have in real life.
Oh, yeah, because it got to the point where Rob would be like, oh, man, I'm playing with Dylan. I'd be like, oh, join up. And then, like, I'd join up. And, like, I knew you went to Totem.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would be like, oh, well. Then it got to the point where we were, like, all kind of good. Raid was in that group, too.
Yeah.
And we'd be like,
Me, you, Rob, and Raid.
why don't we just play GBs? And you're like, oh, this is this game battle stuff. And me and Rob were still kind of in the amateur. We were just good in public matches. Like, Search and Destroy we'd play.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Search and Destroy, it's just like, Modern Warfare 2, you defuse a bomb, you get a bomb, you eliminate people. But,
That's where you really become a man, because people talk mad shit
oh,
there.
yeah. Dude, people in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, people in game lobbies back then, you would say anything. You couldn't sound fat, you couldn't sound older, you had to be like you had to make sure your voice was like
Your voice was on par,
yeah, and not like an idiot. You couldn't be swearing around.
People just don't even talk nowadays when I go into video games. I'll play Overwatch or something like that. Or you're just playing Fortnite, so you're not talking to people unless they're on your team anyway. So it's like, but yeah. And that's how I became a man. It wasn't from working hard on a farm or anything like that. It was from sitting in my room yelling at my fucking mom to bring me more Hot Pockets.
Bro, I'm so scared that someone's going to come in here and tell us to be quiet.
Oh, that's true. We're in a library and there's kids studying out here.
Yeah, so let's keep it down a little bit more.
But Call of Duty. I love it.
And I was talking to Josh Flores because he was on the show yesterday. And, and a thing that amazes me is that there's people out there learning about things I don't even care about or never will care about in my life. And not in a mean way. Yeah. Not in a rude way. And like they're probably like, who the fuck is in there drinking a beer in the library? Dude,
that probably looks like a beer. It's a nice coffee.
What is it?
Coffee, Stumptown. No, I did not bring a coffee to a fucking community club. I bring
a beer.
A beer. Yeah, no. It's
it actually kind of looked like a beer. That's why I said that.
Yeah. No, I was thinking, maybe.
So
it's crack though. I use this to get me through.
Okay, so what have you been up to? We're 21. You're 21.
Yeah.
February
I turned 21.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? Because I know we both kind of went our different routes after high school. We both went to 2 different high schools.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
You went to ISC. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there all 4 years?
Yeah, I was there all 4 years.
Oh, yeah, I was the one that bounced around. I was at Bishop.
You
and
went
Heritage.
to Bishop and Heritage. You graduated from Heritage, though, right? Okay.
Okay, so give me the rundown of what happened
after high school.
So heartbreaks, when you anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to trace this all back. So after high school, I started doing like real estate work.
Okay.
Right out of school, because I was doing pizza delivery during high school, and then I started doing real estate work or whatever. Then I was starting up college, and that realtor tried to get me to not go to college
because he wanted you to work for him.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, we can make, and it was a good real estate year too. It was like one of the best. That summer was like one of the best ones in recent years, I guess. So it was good. Like it was good work and all that. But then I was like, nah, I gotta go to fucking college. I got like a family that's counting on me and shit.
So Sling and Zaw. Do you have any? I remember that's what you would put on your story.
Oh, Sling and Zaw.
Yeah. So, like, was there any 30-minute or less type stories that happened? When I was doing Mr. Delivery, which is like Uber Eats over in Pullman.
Yeah.
I had some guy like try to invite me to watch Monday Night Football with him, and I was like, dude, I got other deliveries. I can't see.
Oh yeah. I have one.
What happened? Yeah, give me a story like a delivery.
It's not, dude. If I run for office, I'm screwed. Like, let me just say that this is where I ruin it all right here.
Dom Joseph podcast.
Yeah, Dom Joseph podcast. I'm ruining my whole career. So I was delivered in Lake Stevens, and Lake Stevens is interesting because you have a little bit of everything. Like I delivered to hoarders, to drug addicts.
Yeah.
But then there's also people that live on the lake with they're loaded. And I remember specifically delivering to this one guy, and it was like probably people in their 30s or
Make
something.
sure you're.
Yeah, there you go. Get up all in that. So I delivered to some guy who's in his 30s or so. So they're at that age where it's like they're adults, but they're not totally yet. So they're having like a beach party
man-child.
Yeah. They're having like a beach party thing, and they were like, oh, like come back here. So he takes me to the back deck or whatever.
Yeah.
And then this guy tries to get me to like shotgun a beer with him.
Oh my God.
As the pizza delivery guy. And I'm standing there. I'm like, dude, what? What do you want? Like, And then he's like, oh, come on, man. And then I was like, no, I'm good. And then he's like, just take it for the road. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I just like I was like, yeah, I'll just take this beer or whatever. Yeah. But then he takes a picture with me and he's like, honey, yeah. I was like, hey, I don't want to like, this is my job. And he's like, oh, okay. Whatever. And then what did he say? He's like, oh yeah, don't tag him. Don't tag Sahara, the place I worked at. Don't tag them on Facebook. Hey. I was like, no, how about just don't post it, dude? But yeah, so I took a beer and then just had it sit in my car.
So they didn't post it or nothing?
I mean, not that I knew. I kept my job and then I quit, so who knows?
So were you just like, fuck this wear and tear on my car. I don't want to smell like pizza all day. What was the point?
It was just because like I had an opportunity to do stuff with the camera, which is what I always kind of like got into in like high school and stuff. So I was like, oh, like I'd rather do that than pizza.
So do you think that started as early as, I remember even to go as far back as 6th grade, you and
Tanner Peterson, bro.
Yeah, Tanner Peterson.
Tanner Peterson was like the OG guy I made videos with.
Yeah, you guys made like long ass video, or not long ass videos, but long ass time ago videos. Yeah. Do you think it started there? Is that, and then I remember you even translated it into.
I wanted to be a YouTuber so bad.
MLG edits too.
Yeah, no, I think like I originally got into like camera stuff with Tanner back in the day, but then COD, like editing video games and stuff like that, is what got me into like what I'm doing now more so, which is like focusing more on like the editing side of things. I love taking pictures and video. Yeah. But I think I'm way more obsessed with like the post-production stuff.
Yeah. Except for waiting for exporting.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. But
is there any way to make exporting
there's small tweaks you can do, but mostly it's just get a better computer. That's it. Like just give people
spend more money.
Give people your money. Yeah, that's basically it. No,
So you're taking pictures. So you're at that point. You're editing, and I remember like you had this video of Raiden, and I know you deleted it. Me and Rob always talk about it. The one where he choked. No, he killed two guys.
I have all those. They're
you need to send that private one to me where he fell and then you're like, dude.
No, that was COD Ghosts, which that was like, it wasn't our prime of like gaming hard, but we got back into it like for a bit, and I was making videos still, and it was like 3 a.m. and we were playing all night, and we're just about to beat these guys. It's like a final round too. Yeah, and Raiden kills the guy that planted the bomb, but as he killed him, he was already hurt, and he like jumped off the side or whatever, and the fall damage killed him. So we lost the match, and I just like I think I just left the game.
You turned it off.
Yeah, I think I just turned it off. And there's my because I used to rage. I was such a cock. Yeah, like, my poor fucking mother. Jeez,
dude. I remember we had a 3-1 lead and we choked, and I remember you're like, we just choked so hard, and I was just like, fuck, like.
Oh, I want everyone to feel so bad. I was like, I want you to go to sleep and think about what you did.
Dude, people, but the thing is with video games is it kind of taught everyone that like, fuck, dude, like this is some real shit. Yeah. Like this is competitive.
Oh yeah, well I always like thought it'd be cool to be like professional, but nowadays people are like full on like making money. Like back then there was guys that were sort of big, and they were like, they're making livings, but now there's people that are like straight up multimillionaires off of just like video
like games. Phase, dude, that Ninja, I know Ninja's like the face of it right now, but still that's still good for esports to have someone who's representing.
Be like a corporate that people like, and then just like hipster people don't like to.
It's like, I don't like Ninja.
Yeah, fuck him now, but I liked him when he was back in the. I actually do remember watching him. He did Halo. And everyone hated him back in the competitive Halo days.
Halo was the shit.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, video game wise, dude, I could talk video games for hours, and
dude, that consumed my whole life.
I think the last video game I put the significant amount of time in, other than like 2K and Madden, because I still put hours into those, but not dramatically, was Destiny. Yeah. And we played VOG hardcore.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, that game was. I love that game. I really hoped Destiny 2 was gonna be good. It laid an egg. And
I never played it.
Yeah, Destiny 1 is still. I went back and played it actually 2 days ago with Rob, and it was fun.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
oh my God.
But like, just nothing beats like bringing 6 guys in for 4 hours a night, just laughing around.
That game particularly too is like, it wasn't that like it was so good that when you're playing, like it was more that if you had a group of friends that you're all mic'd up and you're just doing something for, like that was a game you just had to grind.
Yeah.
Like that was just what was fun about it. It was more just like you got to like talk.
The helium grind, remember? Like we'd go on the moon and I'd be like, all right, I'm going to get
harvesting materials and stuff. Like, oh my God, bro.
And then just to get like 2 light, it wasn't even worth it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Destiny's, you know, regardless of video
games have like, that's basically what's connected us. But yeah, that's what got me into. So now I'm going into my 4th year of college or whatever.
Okay.
And I've got into my major on my 3rd application try.
Okay.
And I'll probably be there for an extra quarter, maybe in a whole extra year, depending on.
Okay.
I've talked to my counselor, but yeah, it might be it'll probably be an extra year actually, just because it got in so late. But yeah. So I'm doing like graphic design and minor in web development. So.
Dude, that's fucking dope. I see that like the 3D rendering shit you be doing. That stuff's
long term.
insane.
I want to get into that like hard, because right now I've been messing around with it, like just toying, like literally just toying. But I know some people that are like doing some crazy stuff with it that I'd really.
Do you know animators by chance? Do you know anyone who animates?
I know a guy that did. I know the people that I know like within 3D stuff is like mostly people that do concert stuff. Yeah. So I know a guy that does like visuals. Or I met a guy just recently, so I don't like know him, but I just met a guy who did concert visuals for like big artists and stuff like that, like Lil Uzi and all those type of
Wow.
But like concert stuff, I watched like a documentary on like stage design stuff. Dude, that's so sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm obsessed with that right now.
What I'm obsessed with is, you know, what I'm doing is strategic communication, advertising, and marketing at Wazoo. And that's really fun. I love the business side of it. But then, you know, I have my podcast and my other interests.
You have your creative side too.
Yeah. So it's
a business.
Yeah. So it's a creative outlook. And then I look at it like, you know, micro content is the way, that's how I got a hold of the people I edit for. Yeah. And, but the thing is, what I love to see is like on Theo Vaughn's thing or Joe Rogan's thing is the animation clip that they have of a minute clip.
Those are so fucking
Those are cool. And I want to meet someone who knows how to do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, possibly pay them. So I was like, that's what I'm trying to be like, hey, man, do you know an animator? Because if anyone knows animator, hit me up. But like.
No, I know anime people.
Yeah.
I know anime artists. So, but yeah.
That stuff's cool.
Yeah. I know it's not my avenue at all. But I think it's sick. Yeah. I like it.
And then have you seen the ketchup and mustard rap video when they like rapping at each other?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'll show you that after the show, but it was pretty cool. But yeah, so you're in college. You got 1 more year left.
No, probably two.
Okay.
Because I didn't. When I got there, I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay.
I was like, oh god, like
college.
Yeah, and like I think everyone in their 20s has no idea what the fuck they're doing. But, so like my first year was just prerequisites. Second year, I finished my prerequisites. Yeah. And I applied to my major the first time because you have to. It wasn't like you have to submit a portfolio. It's not really about your grades. It's just about they rejected me for the first time. And then so I finished my prereqs, and now I was like, oh, well, I didn't get in the major, so I applied again this junior year's fall. Yeah. Almost a year ago, I applied again, got denied again, and then winter. So a year later, I got accepted in the 3rd time. So in that meantime, I was taking like classes for my minor, like web development, which I'm done with now. But so I was just like aimlessly like trying. But yeah, that shit was weird to figure out. But now I'm happy I'm in it, and hopefully I can get the fuck out.
Yeah. So are you one of those people who like college, or are you kind of itching to get out? Because there's
I love it. Like,
I love college.
But it's not even about. It's not even about like this. I love learning too, and I'm happy because it felt like at first what I didn't like was like prerequisites, Yeah. Like all.
I'm gonna scoot up again.
Yep.
There you go.
All the like introductory stuff just felt like high school 2.0, and that's what I hated at first. But now the past year, like the classes, like now that I had to do like an internship for as a class, and that's like, oh, I'm learning something new. Like, that's like real life now. Yeah. But yeah, at first it just felt like. At first, I was pissed when I got to college because I was like, "This is not what like people make it seem like you." Once you go to college, it's so professional. Nah, it's basically high school again. At first, at least at first, yeah.
Yes, and that's when I came here because I came to Everett Community, and then I went to Spokane Falls, and now I'm at Wazoo.
Okay, yeah.
So I went to community college route, and when I first got to Everett, I was doing English 98, which is basically like junior year English. Like it was like what we learned in Miss Lima's class. Yeah. And I was like, this is bullshit.
Oh, it's terrible.
But you have to do it.
You gotta eat shit.
So I did it, and I was just like, this is horrible. But now I'm at Wazoo, I start, this fall, but, in Spokane Falls, I took some Wazoo classes, and I was like, okay, this is actually kind of tailored to what I'm going to do now. Like you said, it hits you. You're like, okay, this is actually real shit.
Yeah.
And not that the stuff I didn't learn wasn't real shit. And I'm not trying to be all pretentious or anything, but it was high school, just like you said. I'm like, this is a little bit boring.
Yeah, well, no, in Western too, I've taken some classes that I, like, right after I got out of it, I flushed it down my brain, and I never will remember it again. Like, there was Eurasian Studies, which the coolest part I remember was just thinking of, like, because it was, like, ancient history. Yeah. So there's, like, tidbits, that I got from it. Yeah. But in the long term, I don't think it's, I'm not going to apply. All I can say is, like, I know a little more about Genghis Khan. But, like,
I know the location he was
in terms of, like, building, website stuff or making, like 3D stuff, like, that has nothing to do with what I actually care about. Yeah.
So with that, what was the first class that you took that was, like, 3D rendering?
Oh, that's all self-taught so far.
Oh, okay.
There's one. I will have to take one this next. Probably in winter. I'll be taking a 3D class,
which I'm sure you're pumped about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. But no, that was all from 3D stuff came from Call of Duty editors.
Okay.
So when they used to make Call of Duty edits for for montages, people would have the just simple 3D text that was like motion track, so it looked like it was in the game. Yeah. And that was like my introduction to it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, how do you do that? So I was interested in it from like 8th grade, but then the past year and a half ish, I really started like toying with it and trying to make like animations or stuff like that.
I remember when you put that guy's hand flipping the thing off on one of your edits.
Yeah, I know, and that
took you like 5 hours.
Yeah, well, that was just to key it out, and that wasn't even like my animation necessarily. It was just to like use because other editors would like give other people assets you could use, but just to make it look like it's actually in the game is like kind of harder. Yeah,
I know. And then also another thing you did too, which you kind of, I mean, I'm not saying you personally, but like Steven's Phase guy or whatever he is. I don't know.
Dirty? Dirty?
I remember you knew him or something like that.
I knew of him, and I remember he worked at like the outlet mall and like North Face or whatever. But I never really knew him.
But you guys kind of like Logic was like, you guys listened to Logic before he kind of got big.
Yeah, well, no,
I do remember that.
Phase introduced Logic to the world, no doubt.
Really?
In terms of like got him. Like gaming like nerds and douchebags that were into COD at the time. Like we all were obsessed with. That was like, because I followed Phase. Like I just thought it was cool. Like people hitting shots that were like just
crazy.
Yeah. So I just remember that got in a lot. He was my first concert I actually went to. It was a Logic concert. Yeah.
Was it here?
No, or it was in Seattle at the Crocodiles. My first.
Is he from here?
No, he's from Maryland, Virginia.
Okay, Macklemore is the one from here.
Yeah.
He was a big deal too. There's a lot of fucking crazy. Do you know that Lizzo girl?
Yeah.
Like she's like headlining
she was
Coachella.
At Capitol Hill block party.
Was she?
This past weekend. Yeah.
Dude, she's fucking huge. She came out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude, she's ripping a flute and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fucking badass. But so who are you listening to nowadays?
Now it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like that's actually something I wrote down. Here's something I wanted to bring.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to what you wrote down here.
Yeah, here's some stuff I wrote down that I'm kind of remembering. People that are only subscribed to one style, not like just genre, but just one style of thing. So people that say that they only like music that has like really meaningful lyrics, which first of all, what does that even mean? Yeah. Because like everyone like finds meaning from lyrics that artists didn't mean. I hate people that's like can't listen
to everything.
That people that just can't like accept that there's ignorant music, and the whole point of it is to have fun and be stupid. It's not to have a meaning, Sit there
and drink tea and
like just get ignorant sometimes. Listen to something of some guy going and like just have fun. Like I don't know. Yeah, that was like I don't know. I've that's become like a trend. Is like. There's this group of people that I can't like listen to it. It's like, why don't you just listen to it all? And there's stuff you cannot like. It's not like
that's
you cannot like stuff. That's totally fine. But to like automatically dismiss it as something like,
that's country. I don't like it. It's like, did you even try?
No, there's good fucking country songs. There's good country songs. There's good rap music. There's good rock. I love it all. Like I love heavy metal.
Same.
I love like. It just depends on your mood and stuff. So like sometimes I like to listen to someone that like what they're saying I don't even freaking know, bro.
the thing is like there's this meme. It's like, oh yeah, I like all music, and then you start playing heavy metal or country or something like that, and then they're like, I don't like it. I'm like, oh, you liked all music, but as soon as something all music comes on, you're like, oh, well, I don't like it anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
such a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like, get
exactly.
the fuck over
and it's
yourself.
like you can just say like, "Oh, I don't really like this," but to like totally dismiss a whole genre or style, like any type of style, to totally dismiss that and act like that person isn't an artist for what they do, like you're just an asshole. Like,
You know what I've noticed too? I know some people in my life, and I'm not gonna name names, but like they like to hate things that are popular, and I get that.
Oh, dude, I do it.
I get it.
Yeah,
but
everyone
then
does it.
that's also like joining a group of people that hate things that are. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I get it.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's people who always hate something that's mainstream no matter what. And sometimes there is some mainstream stuff that's like, okay, that's stupid. Like the bottle cap challenge. People who are complaining that they don't have $1 million are the same people who are spending 45 minutes to do a bottle cap challenge. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear about, oh, I don't have poor me.
I hate all the challenges, actually. I hate all that. Hey, dude, I challenge you. Like, eat a dick, dude. I'm sorry. But like, it's cute for a second. But like after that, or like, what else was that? What's another one that just the face thing? Like,
which one? Oh, the old face guy.
Yeah, all of it. Like, and then it turns out you're just giving your shit to Russians, I guess. Like,
I'm glad I didn't do that one.
I know. I'm glad. I'm really it's probably a good rule of thumb to just like wait a bit for things. But yeah, no. I mean, but at the same time, fuck it.
A good rule of that was, remember Ask FM.
Ask FM, dude. Yeah,
where you could like, anonymous.
Yeah, where you could get cyberbullied and just ask for it.
Yeah,
where you could just be like, hey, like,
make fun of me.
Yeah, hey.
Ask me a question, aka tell me what like you would do to me, and like, or aka what's my biggest insecurity? Tell me.
No, but or like it's just like because you want to feel loved, you want someone to be like, oh, like I have a crush on you or something.
That's
like
all
that.
you want.
But then you get like, hey, you should fucking end it. Like,
you should use some soap, or you know, people
exactly.
are just like. So yeah, ask another. Yeah, it's a good example of waiting, because Ask FM did this at the end of it. They made it so everyone who asked the questions, it showed who said it.
Really?
Yeah. So like, obviously not anymore, but like there was a time they updated it. They're like, oh, now you can see who wrote past messages.
Dude, that's demented. Because I could picture myself being just an asshole shit kid and like saying something to someone terrible.
Yeah.
But that, I'm like 10 and then years later they're like, oh, see,
you were the one who
dude,
caused my depression.
That's like the epitome of like canceled culture. Like you're going to get so think about this. If everything you ever said on Xbox God. Dude, actually, that's what I can't wait for. I cannot wait for our generation to be running for politics, because everyone's screwed. Like, no one's getting away with anything, because everything you've done is like all over the internet. Like,
oh, dude, it's never going anywhere. And then even in sports nowadays, like, oh, remember when LeBron tweeted this? And it's like, who cares?
I don't even know that much about sports. These girls exposing Zion Wright for just like trying to hit him up.
Yeah, Zion Williamson. Yeah.
What's that? Well, what's the fuck? Yeah, that's the guy's name, Duke guy, right?
Yeah.
Best he was like the biggest prospect for the NBA or whatever. And then these girls are like, oh, like he's trying to have sex with me. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's like they're pulling out of thin air. Or like there was this thing, like Mitchell Trubisky, he's a quarterback for the Chicago Bears, tweeted like when he was in 6th grade, I like titties.
Yeah.
And like someone like pulled it up on his draft day, and like it hurt his draft stock, and he like dropped places.
Exactly.
Like, he lost money off a tweet he said 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I want to get everything I've ever done on the internet off it now.
I wonder if it's.
But I also want to keep it for my own memory's sake.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to look back on stuff and be like, oh, that was stupid, and laugh at it.
Yeah.
But also, if you get to a certain position long term in life, and then someone's able to rewind it, bring it back, like, oh, damn.
There was this thing on Joe Rogan where they're like, there's gonna be like this. There's gonna be this stuff when you pass on, Joe. I think Duncan Trussell was talking about. I'm a big fan of Duncan Trussell.
Shout out.
Shout out to Duncan Trussell. But he said, Joe, do you ever think about like, there's gonna be people who can like take all the words you've ever said and make it look like you said that. Like there's technology.
Deepfakes.
Yeah.
Deepfakes real. That's real.
And he's like, oh yeah, people are gonna do that. People probably are already doing that.
Yeah.
But he's like, it's so fucking crazy.
There was an example, like it was the most popular one in the news was because, Obama had so much stuff recorded of him talking.
Yeah.
They were able to just make a whole fake clip that looks and sounds exactly like he said it, but he never said any of those things.
It's scary.
Dude, no. Okay, that's another thing I had written down.
Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, this is totally arbitrary. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you think that we're going to, because it looks like right now in the world.
Sorry about the mic
long
and all
term.
that.
Oh, don't worry. No, I've never just, fuck, dude. This is nice. I like this setup.
Yeah.
if I long term, I think we're on like two paths, like which we've as like a human civilization we've always been. And it's like, are we gonna like get to like a utopia world, or are we just gonna fucking wreck this train and blow everything
I
up?
think we're gonna wreck this train and blow it up, dude.
Okay.
At this point, like there's countries in the, in the world that are without water, and when you take water
Even
away
in
from
LA,
someone,
bro,
yeah,
you have just like loaded people, and we're like, nah, fuck the tents. Like, I don't even see those things.
it's like we don't even care about the homeless, man. Like we don't, like I do, we know that, but like there's some people who are like, fuck that, dude, I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
and it's slowly gonna become. I don't know though. It could definitely become a utopia, and I know that's a half answer I'm saying, but like I'm leaning towards it's gonna go to shit.
Yeah. No. Okay. Now here's something. This is my follow up. I had this written down. I remember this because this was like the one question.
Yeah.
I love just thinking.
Dude, I
about
love
this.
that you have questions. This is the first time someone's asked me. I mean,
do you think like is there any part of you that if this was to be the end, like if we were to be the last people, on Earth, if we were to see the end, does that kind of excite you?
Wait, say that
like
over again.
If let's say like in our lifetime we get to watch like the whole thing just go to shit, like in terms of human life.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like we get to see the meteor come hit or whatever. Like global warming goes to absolute chaos, which like damn, who knows where we're gonna end up in like 50 years or whatever. But there's a part of me personally that if I was in that last group, that's like I'd kind of rather be in the last group than die like right before it happens. Because there's something comforting about knowing. Because the thing that I think a lot of people are scared of death is, it's like FOMO. It's like, oh, like I'm missing out. Like I'm not gonna be able to see what happens with everyone else. I'm not. But then if it's like all of us, there's something kind of comforting.
It's like, okay, we all went out. Even Michael Jordan went out the same way I did. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I wouldn't want to be like 50 years removed and they like have all this cool shit and they got to go out last. Like I'd want to be the one that gets clotheslined by the Rock, not some bum.
Yeah, I don't want to be like just miss it. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Dude, so at this point I was talking to Brian on the first episode of my podcast, episode 1.
Oh.
And this was kind of a rant, and I know I keep recycling some stuff I say on old podcasts.
That's life, bro.
Yeah. But do you think you're smarter than anyone before the year 1200?
Like, oh, okay, so 1200.
What you know now.
Yeah.
Like if you were to go to 1200, do you think you could make a significant impact?
Dude, to be honest, no. I mean, I don't
really
think I just love debauchery and chaos. Like I have a sick obsession with being in like I don't think I would genuinely put enough effort into actually like fixing stuff, which like I'd love to like help out as much as I can and all that, but at the same time I get caught up.
What do you think you would do if I were to say, all right, man, I have a portal?
First of all, tell everyone how much it smells. 'Cause, like it's the year 1200.
Use some fucking soap, dude.
Yeah, no, I would be like, well, we all smell like shit. And then I would probably, I don't know, dude, it would suck.
Do you think they used some type of soap back then? They had to have used something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good on history, but I know that it probably smelled like shit.
Yeah, like then. Everywhere.
I forgot where I think it was a Rooster Teeth or something. It was one of the first times that someone said that, and I like thought about it, and I was like, oh my god, that's so true. Like,
yeah.
Way back in the day, people smell like shit, and we can't even perceive that.
Like, yeah, dude, people smell like shit if they don't wear deodorant.
Nowadays,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember your
computer science lab, bro? Dude. Okay, here's something. I have to just bring this up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really talked about this enough. When I was in that day too, because I was in the computer science lab and I saw a sign, a little poster that said like, please wear deodorant. It had like a eHow picture of someone applying it, and it's true because computer science people like they have. I do front end development stuff, so it's like the easiest of coding type of stuff.
They're in like the back end.
They're doing like C++. I don't even know, like some crazy stuff. I do like here's how I sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
Whenever you say any like language, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a little bit of SQL,
like Xcode and stuff like that. Yeah,
you just say a bunch of acronyms and sound like a cock. But yeah, no. But so those guys are doing way crazier stuff. So their assignments, they'll work on them for like they'll literally put into one assignment like 40 hours of work. So they're in there and they're sweating their asses off. But I looked over and there's a guy on Facebook and he was typing tough. And I was like, what's going on? This dude is just typing on like people talking about Game of Thrones, and he's typing a like 2-page paragraph on his opinion, because I never kept up with it, which I heard is a great show.
I've heard it's a very great show.
Yeah, but you're that invested and you're on Facebook. Bro, work on your fucking assignment. You have to put 40 hours into.
And he's worried about, like, hey, man, this guy sucks on the show. Oh, but, instant,
he's
like.
talking about Jon Snow and some fucking shit, which is like, you can like what you like and all that, love what you love, but, like, dude.
You're ranting.
I didn't say anything because obviously I'm not going to say to someone, like, hey, like, I don't
Hey,
care.
man.
Yeah, but it's fun to talk about on a podcast. And
because, someone's like, yes, I know exactly who that is. I know someone who went on a Facebook rant. Everyone knows who's gone. Oh. Everybody knows a Facebook rant person.
Yeah,
Politics
and they're
especially.
the saddest people on this planet. They hate themselves. They hate the world. Like, anyone that's just too caught up on social media about anything, like, is just take a break.
Yeah. Go outside.
Yeah.
Get some fucking air.
Go out and, like, do some stuff, because I've had it. Like, my phone will be like, you were on for like 7 hours.
You're
today.
like,
I'm like, oh, wow. No wonder I'm the saddest I've been in a while.
It was like this thing on Joe Rogan's podcast. He said this thing. He's like, when I start doing things, I sit at home, watch Netflix, and eat a bunch of shit. Oh, hello, depression. It's that stuff slowly creeps back into your life. But when you're, go outside, meet with friends, work out, do things that you like to do.
I just got back. I had my hardest quarter probably ever. Yeah. I had the hardest quarter ever this last spring.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to be doing school and internship, so I didn't really have any time to work out. I just got back into working out again.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? I'm way less cynical.
Yeah, and you're like way more calm.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I mean, I'm still like, this is making me tweak out right now. This dude's. By the way, if you guys like,
what is that?
It's
Nitro
Hairbender cold brew coffee.
That looks expensive.
It's like $5 a can. Oh yeah.
That definitely like.
Thanks, Dad. No, but for real, that shit is like, if you want to just like, you need to grind stuff.
Really?
Out. Oh yeah.
It's like better than a Red Bull.
Oh, a Red Bull's probably 80 milligrams of caffeine. That's like 400 or 300. Dude, that's why I'm talking so fast right now.
Do you get that at Walmart, or do you have to get that at like Whole Foods or some shit?
Well, I don't know. I get it at Fred Meyer or Safeway in Bellingham, but that's Bellingham and we're assholes. So like, we got, we have quinoa at Fred Meyer too, or like kombucha. So yeah, like whatever.
I tried kombucha, I think, and I wasn't too big of a fan of it.
It's like taint sweat is
basically
what that stuff is.
That's who I envision kind of drinks that stuff. I'm sorry for anyone who listens.
A guy with a man bun and no shoes.
Yeah, that's no exactly.
Oh, and my sisters tried to get me all into it. Like I don't know if one of them was really into it for a bit, but yeah, I tried it out a few times because I heard it's good for your gut or some bullshit, which it probably is. I mean, but no, it's like vinegar, which
ew,
yeah,
fuck, I don't
it's
like.
So
vinegar.
Like, I have heartburn issues too.
I don't like vinegar, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Salt and vinegar chips, maybe, if that.
It's like drinking vinegar, dude.
Yeah,
it's just no.
Dude, I even smell vinegar. People are like, oh, it's good to clean with. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to smell vinegar, so get your vinegar out of my face.
My feet smell, and so like I've had to soak my feet in it, and I was like, I think that just like, because that's like a thing you're supposed to do. Yeah, but then when I did it, I was like, well, I'm just smelling my feet and vinegar now, and like,
oh, dude, I know, I've done that. I get the bowling alley shoe spray and spray it my shoes. That actually works wonders.
No, really?
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah,
my
try
feet
it out.
Smell like dog shit.
It's not even probably your feet, dude. It's your shoes.
Really?
Yeah, because you sweat on the bottom of your feet, obviously.
Well, it's the worst when I'm snowboarding.
Okay.
So I'll have like, thick socks on, and then you're wearing thick boots too, and then I'll take them off, and people in the car are like, "Dude, what the heck are you doing?"
Yeah, so and then Epsom salt works too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my mom knows all that home remedy stuff. I'm sure your mom probably does too. But
she's bad at it. She'll fucking. I mean, she's a shout out Carrie Thomas. First of all, she's a saint. But also, she goes on like little. I don't know, just every now and then there's like one thing she's really into, like drinking apple cider vinegar or something, and I'm like, hey Mom, this is bullshit.
Have you tried oil pulling?
Huh?
Have you ever tried oil pulling? That's kind of like the apple cider vinegar thing.
What is it?
Oil pulling is basically, so you get coconut oil and you put it in a spoon, you scoop it out of a spoon, put it in your mouth, and swish it for 10 minutes every morning, and it like whitens your teeth, and it pulls like shit out from your teeth.
I could do that, actually.
Yeah, try it out and let me know what you think.
Okay.
You're supposed to do it as soon as you wake up. Don't even drink the water.
Yeah.
You just try it. But dude, when it's like, I used to have to heat it up and then I would drink it and swish it in my mouth. Yeah. But like it took me so long to get the consistency. Like I was like, like it was fucking nasty.
Yeah. I could use some whiter teeth because I drink way too much coffee. Like that's all I do is drink
really?
coffee and yeah, that's it. Like literally at work, before I go to work, I'll have like a 24-ounce thing of cold brew, and then if I'm really feeling like wasting my money, then I'll spend $5 on a can of this at lunch, and then
$5, man.
Tweak out for the rest of the day.
It must be good,
dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I figured this out when I was working landscaping last summer, and I would drink like close to what would you say, like a quarter gallon of cold brew every day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I've got issues with coffee, dude. And then I discovered this one day. Probably
coffee addiction. So yeah, I'm gonna have to redo the fucking audio, but I'll keep that.
That'll be a fun editing.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that. So I'll just mark it. But no, coffee. My mom told me when I was little that it would make me shrink.
Oh.
And that's exactly why I stopped.
Dude, I wish
early as
maybe that's why I've been stuck at 5'10".
I like 5'9".
Yeah.
5'10".
No, dude, I'm not. I mean, I wish I was taller sometimes, but then I think, like 5'9", 5'10"-ish. It's like,
It's still tall.
That's average human height.
Yeah.
You're not the bagel boss guy or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm not asking to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't get me wrong, though.
Yeah, I'd love to be tall though.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, when a tall guy walks into a room, like everyone's like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, they're like, fuck this guy.
Like, well, he's better than me.
But the only people Leonardo DiCaprio is like 5'5". That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, yeah,
that's cool.
When you're an actor though, it doesn't matter because
people
people just love you for fame. So
yeah,
like Tom Cruise too.
Yeah, but I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. No, but if you get to that level, I hope to see you there. And I'd love to see, dude, there's pictures of him. This is just a rumor of Leo walking out of like a club with like 20 women. Like, dude, first of all, that's too many.
Yeah.
Does you think that's really that fun? Like, it probably gets pretty annoying.
Do you think, and I have this, I did not talk about this. So there's all this story. So this is a big story. So they're allegedly Drake, Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things.
Oh, this whole thing. Yeah.
Like,
I know a little bit about this.
He's kind of being a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, I get if he's like, being nice to her, but like he's like taking her out to dinners and
yeah.
And it's a little Drakey. That's what we could say.
Yeah, a little suspect, definitely.
And it's like, who knows? They could definitely just be good friends. But then here's the thing, and the big thing broadly, and I've talked to this some people. When you're at that level of fame, and you have like you just said, Leonardo DiCaprio can go into a club and walk out with 20 women.
Yeah. That's like an actual thing too. I can't confirm that. I just remember hearing about this, and I was thinking that's just
a fraction.
That's just annoying, first of all. But like I'm just thinking like you're one person, 20 people. That's a lot. To deal with.
Michael Jackson was so famous at that time. Like people would see him and faint.
Oh yeah.
So like so we're at this point,
so you
right?
You get to that point, and then you go, I want to fuck a kid. Apparently.
No, that's what it is. It gets to the point where these people are like, what can't I do?
No, this whole like Jeffrey Epstein thing, and then you figure out this dude's got connections to like two of one current president, one former, and like you're like, oh, what's with this powerful people fucking kids thing?
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's fucking gross. Or even that, it's not even that. It's like, or they're like
I didn't know we were surrounded by demons.
Yeah, they're literally perverts, man.
Yeah.
God, hopefully no one's really spying in here on listening to this, but
dude, this is real. We're talking about like that's a real thing. Like you have a billionaire dude who's hung out with like with very prominent people in the world,
and he wants to get with a kid.
Yeah, and he has a fucking island with like trap doors and stuff like that. Like what?
What amount of money or what amount of fame does that hit you?
Yeah, I think you're just like it's a megalomaniac thing.
It's ungodly.
It's like you just have like that's like the epitome of like you just have a power thing because there's people that want to be well off, which is totally like everyone wants to do well or like just in some capacity
have some fame.
Yeah, but then it gets to like a megalomaniac point, like where you buy an island and you're like and then it's just a power thing. It has to be like I don't know. No one can like really understand that, but it is weird to think that behavior seems to be more prominent in people that have that really high level of, but like that, like why is that a thing? And or even like with like there's been cases of like big high up in the church of like people covering stuff up and all that. It's
like, why are we covering this up? Why
is it always at these high levels of power too? What's up with that? Like, they're like I like to like have fun with conspiracies. Like, oh, they're just demons.
Yeah.
Like literally.
No,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So conspiracy though. So are you Illuminati believer?
No, I mean not totally in the sense, but I think that like
There's got to be an elite group.
in terms of like what we see in day-to-day stuff, like who we think like who we think is running stuff, I think that's not that. Like I think the people that are I think most political people are just actors.
Yeah.
And the people that are behind them are these like people with like ungodly amounts of money.
Yeah.
That are able to get that like influence on them, regardless of what side they're on. I think it's more those people are just actors.
Yeah. Could be, just like in politics.
That's like my conspiracy thing. I'm not like, oh, they're literal fucking demons.
Puppets.
Yeah, or they're literal lizards and stuff like that. But I think it's like a lot of stuff that like a lot of like, it's not like just this person's like there's just a lot of money involved, and it's so behind the scenes. That's what you not see. So people think that like this person's really just standing up for their values. It's like, no, they have a person behind them with millions or billions of dollars that is like helping out and funding that.
I think that comes with politics, just in speaking. And again, I heard this on JRE where Hillary Clinton. I hate to bring it political.
Yeah.
But Hillary Clinton, she gets paid $20 million a speech.
Oh, a lot of politicians.
And how much influence is that from the people behind it, the businesses that support it? How much of that is them? You should say this and like just.
Yeah, I mean, lobbying's legal in the U.S., which I know in some countries it's not, which who knows? I mean, I'm sure there is a lot of good lobbying, but there's definitely a lot of bad lobbying too.
It's gross.
Yeah, and just like it's really easy. I mean, if you're offered that ungodly amount of money, everyone acts like they would be all virtuous and stuff.
Yeah,
like, dude, if someone offered me like multi-million dollars to say some stupid, like just to act like I believe it, I think it could get to that point, bro. I think I would just shut my mouth.
Yeah, what amount of money too? That's another question. What amount of money do people just lose sense?
Yeah.
Like at the lottery, like, okay, you win $38 million. How are you going to keep yourself sane?
Yeah.
Like, here it is. Oh, I'm going to win the lottery and I'm going to invest.
No,
really?
Bro,
yeah,
no.
right.
They buy a shit ton of cocaine and they just die on their mansion.
I have a hard time believing that because people who get their paycheck lose it in a week.
Yeah.
So don't give me the $38 million. You're going to all of a sudden be Jordan Belfort because you're not. It's like, oh my God, man.
Oh, yeah. Everyone. Yeah.
Money's a crazy thing.
Oh, yeah. It's weird. I don't know. It's there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
But there's also it's only around for a couple people, I guess.
It's just a piece of fucking paper, and I know that's cliche. Oh, it doesn't mean you can't buy happiness. Well,
bro, you can.
You can.
Oh yeah, you can.
You could buy things that stress you out less.
Yeah, you can do
get
a
help.
lot. You can get more help. You can go on vacation. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I want to go to some random place and like chill. Like, yeah, the money's.
Go be bummed out in Bora Bora while you have unlimited drinks. Yeah, go be bummed out there.
Yeah. Well, and the people always say this. I think it is true in some capacity of that. There's like once your comfort, it's once you reach a like financial stability where you don't have to worry about like. You can pay for dinner. Like you can pay for people's dinner. Once you get to that point, you can make your rent and all that. Then it's just extra and excess.
Yeah, I believe.
But at the same time, if you have the money to fucking go to Bora Bora, you're a lot happier than the guy who doesn't.
No, I'm more happy here, bro. It's
like,
okay.
Not totally. I mean, it comes down to actual personal relationships and stuff like that, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it means people. I hate people acting like it's stupid to act like it's not a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah. It helps.
Yeah,
it's a definite help. Being healthy, having money, or I just want to be. Dude. Okay, so here's another thing. Again, I was in the hospital, last week.
Yeah, your appendix. Did it burst before you got to the hospital too?
I had 2 days. It perforated, so it's like it started leaking.
Yeah.
And the whole story is like I was 2 days. I thought it was a stomach ache. Blah blah blah. It was in the ER, and then they didn't take it out of me, so I'm still waiting for surgery.
Yeah.
But I feel good now. But it kind of humbled me a bit because there's kids, man, that are at the Seattle hospital that are never going to live a life ever, and I'm out here complaining that I was in there for 3 days.
Yeah.
And these kids are literally ridiculed to their bed. They don't get to do shit. They people have to bring them toys, and they're finding a way to smile, and I'm over here complaining. Like, I get, you know, you could complain about stuff in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, it really,
I love complaining. I have one of the easiest lives of all time, I think, and I love complaining. But yeah, it's always important to remember there's some kid who has a shitty, way shittier life, and is still smiling because someone brought him like a balloon or something.
And but that's why I always like, that's the one thing that kind of pulls me like to tears, is like the one thing
I love emotional videos,
like Make-A-Wish ones, like where Robert Downey Jr. comes in an Iron Man suit. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, dude. As much as I'm like, this is commercial, like, as much as I want it, like I'm still like, oh, that's cute as fuck. But
then you're like, oh, good for that kid, because that kid is like, doesn't get to do anything.
Well, yeah, they don't care, like, because you know, I always have a bad thing of like, I literally do. I get way too cynical at times. I don't know why, but I just do. I think it's because I'm bored. But deep down, that stuff, I love that stuff. Or just videos of dogs when someone comes home, like, oh my god, like a military guy comes home.
Yeah, there's like a couple things in life that I think most people can, like 99% of people can agree, like, damn, that's cute.
Yeah, you know, and if you don't, you're the guy who's gonna become Jeffrey Epstein because you're a demon if you don't find that shit cute, bro.
Dude, and there's a lot of that macho guys. That's dumb, really.
Yeah.
So if you went off to war for 2 years and your dog remembered you when you came back and started peeing itself.
Male bullshit of like, oh, I'm the fucking out. Like, dude, what is going on with that?
Yeah.
What, dude? I love crying. I love a good cry. I love a good.
Dude, I remember we were in history class and you're like, you know what? I want Miss Lama to make me cry. Yeah. I think you cheated or something on the test, and you're like, you know what? I want her to yell at me.
Yeah.
I want to cry.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, yeah, I don't think she ever achieved that. I'm trying to think of a teacher if they ever made me cry.
Did Lefset ever get to you?
No, dude, actually.
I was close with him kind of though.
I think he helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
He wrote me a letter of recommendation that was really cute, and so like I can't
hate on him.
Yeah, I can never hate on him.
I can't hate on him either.
No, I mean, he helped me out a lot. And I would always, I remember at lunch I started getting obsessed with this, what was it, like Time Traveler's Guide to the Galaxy book or whatever. I would just
like quantum physics shit.
Yeah, where it's like it was like a really easy to read book about like quantum. I had this weird obsession through like junior to senior year of like just space and like what the hell are we? And I remember just he would entertain me and talk about that stuff of like what would the fourth dimension be like if we knew what it was like and all that.
I think we talked about that. I think I went to lunch. Didn't we like go up there to lunch?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I would go there at lunch. Yeah, I would go there at lunch. I remember this.
Yeah.
And he would help explain all my universe questions. So like, yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah,
for that,
dude, he's awesome, man. He said some humbling things, and I was just like, fuck, dude, I actually kind of learned quite a bit from him. But there's also some teachers at ISC, I'm like, dude, that's public school though.
Public school for sure.
I'm not expecting everyone to be like a Lefstad, but
here we go. Here's back on the track of back on the thing of money and stuff. In terms of everything getting dystopian, like everything's going to become privatized if it gets to that dystopian future thing. I think.
What do you mean? Like
school?
We're
gonna have privatized water, bro. Like we already have private schools. We already have tons of if you live in certain parts of town, if you want your kid to actually get a decent education, you just don't send them to public school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so if that was all the real dystopian future, like it's just gonna be like private everything, and where people are just gonna die.
How? Because they're too isolated?
Well, it's just gonna be like huge. Like my idea of it is that it's just gonna be like such big gaps. Like even now, bro, people in LA, there's so many homeless people. Like it's just gonna be like that we're ignoring. So like,
do you feel like that's just because there's good weather there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like nobody wants to sit in Denver.
Yeah, no.
In the winter.
No. The weird thing is though, I know Bellingham, there's a lot up there too, but that's mostly because I think just Bellingham city laws is a lot less stricter than other places.
Seattle too. It's a problem there too.
Oh yeah.
It's like you look at it, you're like, oh my god, like. How do some of them are even Army veterans too. But I mean, I hope they are.
Yeah, the ones that wear the fake valor stuff. Yeah.
Those guys, scary. Go to hell. But the people who like actually serve our country, like, how are they homeless?
Yeah,
at least like
it's always I feel like it's always like a mental thing for sure.
Yeah, they've gone through some shit. There's it kind of goes to that point too where people like say LeBron James, like he's never gonna get that feeling in the finals again, or Tom Brady's never gonna feel that touchdown pass, like of all those people roaring, or people in the war who literally have seen someone die, they can never shake that out of their head, and they're gonna go crazy. And it's like, how do we help those people? And it's, it's a huge, broader question, not something Dom Just a Podcast can answer.
No, not at all. I think that is one thing in the future I could see with jobs, though. And again, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Don't know a thing. Don't listen to everything I'm saying. I'm just a crazy motherfucker.
We're just talking.
Yeah, we're just shooting shit. But I do see that social public workers, like right now everyone's like, do STEM, computer science and stuff like that. But I think it's going to become to a point where it's kind of oversaturated market, that we're going to need a lot more public, like people that are just helping people not go insane, because honestly, it seems like more and more people are just like schizophrenic.
Like mental health?
Yeah,
stuff?
just mental.
Oh, dude,
even on a
agree.
small scale, like I think stuff's just with there's our ability to communicate so instantly, and like we're just becoming everyone's becoming so paranoid and like just weird. I think there's going to be a huge market for people, like mental health people.
It's like people. When I was, I hate to bag on people with anxiety because it's a real thing. And I
it
understand.
Is. Oh, yeah.
But like, I've never met so many people with anxiety. Like, I feel like it's risen. Like, I feel like it's happening more. Like, what's going on? What is making people get this anxiety? Is it social media? Is it people who are going through things? And it's like, it's kind of freaky because I feel like in 2015 or 2010, we were younger.
Yeah, we were younger too. So we didn't
I get
even
that.
But
like,
no, I think with
now I feel like there's 10-year-olds with social anxiety.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's people. I used to kind of get I feel the same way, where it gets annoying, where it's like it almost becomes like a trend, you know, like it's like a trend to have that thing. But I think it must be true in the sense that like people are fucking like just, we don't know. Like I feel like our communication skills are terrible. Like people don't even know how to talk. So I think it is like it must be a real thing, that it's an actual issue. So yeah, because
there's some kids now that have literally lived a life that's never not had internet, and when we were younger,
pretty much there. We're
like the cusp. Like
we were right on. We came out the womb as like the cables were getting plugged in. Yeah.
So like we had AOL, and everyone who tries to say, "Oh, I'm a true '90s kid," you were 4. Yeah. Don't give me that bullshit. You had an iPhone when you were in 6th grade.
Yeah.
So I played outside. Yes, you did, but don't,
don't act like you're better than a kid that was born 2 years later than you. You fucking asshole.
That's the worst, man. People who, but no, there is some people though in our lives who literally never had a phone. Yeah. But that's just their lifestyle. So besides that, it's just the crazy world we live in, and I feel like a lot of it's cool to have a disease, which is dumb. Yeah. Me. And I was like, why? There's some people who, like I said, like in the hospital, who are actually dealing with anxiety, who can't even be around people, and then you're out here throwing it out there to be cliche.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Which it's like, who's there's no one that can actually be the judge of that for sure. Yeah. Like who does and who doesn't, and it doesn't even matter, because like I'm sure in some capacity people have that, but yeah, it has to be real. Like it has to have actually increased, just because like if I just go on my phone for a bit and look around, like I get fucking freaked out. Like like I was saying, like I constantly think about, are we gonna will I get to see the end of the world? Yeah. Especially with like global warming stuff. I think about that. I'm like, oh, there's a chance. Like there's a chance I could see that. But
I think our kids' kids might see the end.
Yeah.
Because I think
I think we'll be chilling. I think we'll probably
chill.
Stuff will get a little warmer. And but like may not be able to get this certain type of fish I used to always like to eat or whatever.
Something like that. We'll be like, oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, no, it'll be like especially like with where we live at and stuff. Like if we're doing this, like you are the 1%.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, this, are you kidding me? Yeah. We're wealthy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So obvious. Yeah. So if anything, we're the last to go. So
yeah. And another thing is too, in the country to Washington State, I think we're pretty lucky here.
Oh no, we live in the best, dude.
Even this state, I think, is the best state. I'm biased, I know.
No, dude. I have my brother lives in Texas, so I went there for Halloween weekend. Fuck that place, except for like the food and like here's one thing.
Are the people cool?
Yeah, people have way more fun down there.
Yeah,
we're such.
I've heard there's like no laws down. I mean, there's like not a lot of rules down there.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I was in San Antonio and I got to go. I wasn't 21 yet, but my brother's he's my half brother. He's like a club promoter, so he got me into like the clubs there. And I just realized too, like just people have more fun like down in Texas and stuff. And like they also the music festival we went to for the weekend was like, it was just people had more fun. But when I was looking around and when I was flying above the state, I was looking down. It's just flat. The air is terrible. Like no, dude, nah.
I love our mountains here.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I love the mountains so much. I love being able to like go to the ocean. We can also go to a desert. Like if you go out,
We have
to, like,
everything here.
Pullman. Yeah, yeah. Like you have everything where you can see it all. So
And there's elevation. Like
We
when I
have
was in
ele-
North Dakota, I was like, I could see where we're gonna be in 3 hours. You know?
oh yeah,
Like,
oh yeah. No, that's terrible. That's so disgusting, dude.
and like there's great people who live there, but you know, we're fucking lucky to be where we are, especially in Marysville, 30 minutes north of Seattle.
We can go to Canada just
Yeah,
like that.
We're
we
in a
can,
cool spot. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
when I'm in Pullman, I'm like, dude, I can't go to a mall. I don't want to go to Spokane.
yeah.
So when I'm here, I could
Spokane's
go
like how like
80 miles.
Oh, okay.
So I could go to Everett, Linwood, Bellevue, Seattle. I could go up north to Mount Vernon, Bellingham. Like we're in a cool spot.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
But-
like it up here. I want to see some. I haven't seen the East Coast enough. Like I've
Me
never
either.
been. I've only been to South Carolina, which is where my dad's from. Fuck that too. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Dude, the South is rough, man.
yeah, well-
South Carolina's the South, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
the
it's right above Florida, and just like yeah, and we also there is nicer parts of it, but like where his family's from is just not nice parts, and
Yeah.
so for me, I was like growing up with like a guy who did really well. I was like, oh my god, what is going? But yeah, no, I don't. I've never been to like the northern east-ish coast, especially just like that whole area where you can get around really quick, like DC, Philly,
Vermont.
New York. I really want to check out. I really want to see that part of the.
You know,
US.
Jake Ferguson's. He lives over in New York. He loves it.
Really?
Yeah,
He's there right now.
He goes to Vassar College.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some pretty cool
Just
prestigious
saw
college.
Austin Haw moved there too.
Did he?
Whatever. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I heard Jake Sirianni from IC is doing big shit too.
Yeah, he's working for some like media.
He was on Jimmy Fallon too. That was
yeah.
cool.
He's doing. He did something for like. He might still be doing something for like Netflix from what I saw or something. Yeah,
Nice.
that dude's gonna be fucking huge, and everyone
Yeah.
kind of knew that.
Yeah, we
from
all
a
kind of
minute
figured
ago.
that out when he was Delta House Head or whatever house head he
Yeah,
was.
well, he just had that like work ethic. That,
Yeah.
like, people like I fucking don't like my work ethics. That's what I was actually. How do you even make 15 episodes of this, dude? Like, I'm
Dude.
so sporadic. with
Okay,
my-
yeah. So a lot of people think it's easy shit, and
No, it sucks.
I try to stay humble with it too. And right now, I'm not going to sound humble.
Good, because you're with me, and I'm
Yeah.
not fucking humble.
So basically, what I do is I asked Nate for help because now I need help, but he still hasn't helped me yet because he's supposed to be my Jamie.
Nate, what the fuck?
Yeah, Nate's supposed to be my Jamie.
Oh, he's supposed to be your young Jamie.
Yeah,
That's
like he's
awesome.
gonna be like the new guy, but he hasn't started yet because he's going through some shit right now. So
Yeah.
or he's just sick or
Working
something
on
like
his
that.
own stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, I get it, and this is my passion. I'm not gonna try to make someone do my work ethic. So the sports one I do every Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also
Are you doing the sports right now, or is
Yep.
it? Oh, okay.
it was I was on 3-week break while I was in hospital, but that one's still. So I do that. So I edit that, do all the Photoshop stuff, make thumbnails, do all that, post to SoundCloud, make sure the RSS feed works for that, post
Mm-hmm.
to iTunes, Spotify, Apple Podcast.
Yeah,
But
and
when-
that stuff. It's not like it's like people
Hard.
It's not like it, but it's so tedious.
Yeah.
And like it's like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I used to even make gaming videos. I was like, this is because it's hard to like. Because if you want to actually get an audience, you have to do it for a long enough time.
Consistent.
But it's so hard to be motivated. Like, how do you even stay motivated doing
Yeah.
that? Because I'll try to start any like little series thing, and I can't. I never will stick with it.
Yeah.
Ever.
And yeah, I'll get to that point. And so then, I'm editing for, there's 2 other guys I'm editing for. I don't want to name drop,
Mm-hmm.
but, and I put subtitles on their stuff. And then there's the thing, I have to watch their whole podcast to find the highlight.
Yeah. Oh, you do highlight clips for those guys?
So
Oh,
that's
wow.
what I do. I basically say,
Well, yeah, because I
I'm
was
the eye candy.
Yeah, well, and you're doing clips even for this,
Yeah.
and that's really tedious to
Yeah.
like try to find the real.
Yeah, so with this one, I'm gonna find 7 clips because I usually try to promote it all week, and then I do that with weekly takes. So so there's 14 clips I gotta find.
Do a rant of me screaming about conspiracies or
Dude,
something.
and then the hard part too is finding the title. What is a title? Like it's like in a song. Like you don't want the thing that said too much. You don't want the thing. You want it to be sweet.
Yeah, so you grab your channel.
Yeah, and then I gotta make the thumbnail and put that in Photoshop, frame it. So then I frame it, and then I fucking put it to YouTube's dimensions. Then I gotta make it IG dimensions for the clips.
Yeah.
Then I gotta make a bio, and then I gotta make sure I type that, and then now I'm setting up the voicemail stuff. So then it's hard to stay motivated. But the thing that keeps me motivated is learning when someone goes, "Hey man, that was a good episode. Or when someone says, "Hey man, I want to come shoot the shit."
I actually listened to one last night.
Yeah,
I listened to the gaming one because
with Tony Brave.
Dude, that guy's sick.
Dude, that's my supervisor.
Yeah,
he's fucking cool.
Yeah, you say he was big in it? Was it Tekken or whatever? Or
yeah, he's a Tekken guy.
And like, was it Street Fighter too?
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
and he humbled me in Mortal Kombat.
Really? Oh, I bet.
He humbled me.
He sounded like he's been grinding.
Yeah, dude, he's been grinding. He's doing a lot of good things. And then Brian and Thomas, that was a good episode. And I want to get Brock on it too. Brock wants to come on it.
Yeah.
But no, it's super fun to hear people's stories. And like what I said last episode, with, before the show, is like it's crazy to see that there's some people, like I know you, but there's some people who want to come share their stories, and I'm like, I don't even know these guys that well.
Yeah, but they just see that like you're giving people a platform, which is awesome. Like,
and it's cool. And like Eric Cervantes hit me up, and shout out to Eric because he's been listening to the show ever since it started.
Hell yeah!
And he left a voicemail or a message on the PO iPhone. You know what it is? Just like the dummy voicemail number.
Yeah,
because I don't want to put my real number out there.
Yeah, how do you just?
It's Google Voice.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, hey man, I just want to say, shout outs for being consistent. And that keeps me going. And even what you said, how do you stay motivated?
Yeah.
Is like what makes me do it. And I love to do it. And it's getting to the point now, like I'm getting kind of worried when school starts up because this takes up 8 hours of my day.
Oh yeah.
But hey man,
I'm too lazy even when I'm in school to like put stuff on like Instagram or something, like to even throw stuff up.
Yeah.
Like I get so lazy with it when I get myself way too excited.
And then I started doing like remember when I hit you up to do that Kid Cudi edit?
Yeah.
Like then I started doing album cover remakes, and that was fun. And then I'm like, fuck dude, I burn out.
Yeah.
And I finally,
well, especially because it's like it's hard to like because of like when you're just doing stuff that's like you really care about, but it's also just a fun hobby at the same time. It's really hard to like stick. It is really hard to stick with that. Like I have such a issue with doing that because usually I'll just go, no, I need to focus on like the school, the blah blah blah,
my mental
the boring
health
stuff. All the boring stuff, like the normal. But
well, how do you stay motivated with your picture shit? Because I know that's got to be tedious sometimes.
Yeah, it's not even with that. It's like it's more just me throwing out this stuff that I like have that just like that I like am like into at the time or just messing around with. So like right now, just like I don't know, like typography and 3D work. I love messing around with that stuff. Usually it's just if I know I have the time and I'm just laying on my bed, sitting on my phone. Yeah. That's when I'm like, oh, like I'll try to like talk to voice in my head and be, oh, get on your computer and like work on the stuff you actually like doing. Yeah. Instead of looking at fucking videos of someone like binging with Babish or something.
Or like watching how it's made.
Yeah. No, I'll catch myself watching like how a sneaker is made or something stupid.
There's some cool stuff and like that. And then there's
endless content.
Yeah.
And but I want to contribute too.
That's what I talked about with Josh. That we live in this niche generation where there's so many things that people don't even are oblivious to what you like.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone can do whatever the hell they want,
Oh yeah.
It's so cool. But dude, I just love being motivated. And a lot of people, like you say, like a lot of people are like, well, I did this and that's cool. But like there's some times where you just got to just put your head down and work.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where I don't want to do a clip. Are you